Hands where I can see him.
Sure,
Put the package down.
Here's my badge.
Nice try. Anyone can buy a shirt.
Hey, what's going on? That's my delivery guy.
Back inside, sir. This isn't your concern.
The truck is right there. Scanner's logged in. Just check it.
Turn around. Hands behind your back.
No, come on.
Dispatch, run a check on a mail claim in UPS. Coleman, copy your free...
They slammed a UPS driver against his own truck. While he still held the package he was supposed to deliver, they called him a thief. They mocked his skin. They laughed as his scanner dropped and cracked on the ground. But what they didn't know, this driver wasn't just a delivery guy. He was a top-level agent for the U.S. government, sent to undercover investigate police bias. And today, they picked the wrong man to mess with. Before we get into this insane story, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And tell us where in the world you're watching from in the comments. Let me see your hands. Don't move. Officer Bruce Langley's voice cut through the quiet Phoenix suburb like thunder.
Terence Teot Coleman froze.
Brown skin glistening in the Arizona heat, UPS uniform neat, package in one hand, scanner in the other. TJ looked at the officer slowly stepping closer, hand gripping his taser. Sir, I'm just... TJ tried to speak. Don't talk, Langley barked. Drop the box. Step away from the truck. Bystanders peeked through windows. Phones started to record. No one stepped forward. All they saw, a black man. Big, strong. In a nice neighborhood where people like him, in Langley's mind, didn't belong. TJ was 25. Calm, soft smile, deep thoughtful eyes. He never liked conflict. He learned silence was safer. He grew up taller than the rest, always told by teachers. You look scary. Speak softly. Don't move too fast. So he did. His UPS job. It wasn't what he really did. But it taught him something powerful. Right arrow people show their true hearts when they think you are nobody. TJ had medals tucked away at home. Badges with no names. Commendations he wasn't allowed to talk about. His real work. Investigating police behavior in minority neighborhoods for DHS. But Agent Coleman was hidden under the brown uniform today. Just TJ, the delivery guy. And right now, that meant nothing to Officer Langley. Hands on the truck. Langley ordered, voice dripping with authority. TJ placed his hands gently on the warm metal. What exactly did I do, officer? He asked, voice steady. Langley scoffed. You're stealing packages. Wearing a stolen uniform. That truck? Probably hot-wired. The real UPS vehicle sat just 10 feet away, engine running. My ID is right here, TJ said calmly. Please let me. Langley snatched the ID, didn't even look. Threw it on the pavement. You a fast talker, huh? You think you can trick me? You people always got an excuse. You people. The words hit TJ harder than the heat. The homeowner, Mr. Ethan Caldwell, a tall white man in a polo and boat shoes, rushed outside. That's my delivery, Ethan said. I ordered. Langley shoved him back roughly. Sir, get inside. This criminal is impersonating a delivery driver. The crowd gasped. Phones zoomed in closer. TJ lowered his head. He had faced guns before. Explosions. Terror threats. But nothing stung like this. Being treated less than human. In broad daylight. For doing his job. Cuff him, Langley radioed. Backup arrived. Officer Dean Porter, his partner, slower, unsure. Bruce? Dispatch said, UPS confirmed. Langley cut him off. I said cuff him. Porter hesitated but obeyed. Cold metal locked around TJ's wrists. His scanner smashed on the ground. The package ripped open. A child's birthday gift scattering across the sidewalk. A little girl cried from the doorway. Her mom covered her mouth. TJ's heart tightened. Not from fear. From frustration. He could end this right now. One phone call. One badge flash. But he stayed silent. Because this wasn't about him. This was about truth. Langley pushed TJ harder than needed. He stumbled to the ground, knees scraping concrete.
Porter winced.
You okay? Langley snapped. He's fine. Don't baby him. TJ's voice was low. Sir, please. I did nothing wrong. Langley leaned down, hateful breath hot against TJ's ear. You think a uniform fixes what you are? TJ looked up, eyes burning but controlled. What am I? He asked. Langley smirked. You know. 3 seconds of silence. The kind that screams louder than yelling. The neighborhood was watching justice fail. Again, and again, and again. But the world never stays one-sided for long. Dispatcher voice crackled over the radio. Officer Langley, urgent note. The name Terence Coleman. You need to. Langley turned the radio down. Ignored it. TJ closed his eyes. They're calling it in, he thought. They know who I am. Langley pulled out his taser anyway. I warned you not to resist.
Teot exhaled.
Even with cuffs on, even on the ground, he was stronger than this man. In every way that counted. But power isn't shown through strength. It's shown through patience. Porter's phone rang. His face went pale. He whispered, Bruce, we messed up. Langley rolled his eyes. What? UPS crying for their stolen boxes? Porter shook his head slowly.
No.
DHS, they're on the line. They said, do not touch him again. Langley laughed. He thought it was a joke. TJ looked up, a storm brewing in his calm eyes. You might want to listen, he finally said. Langley froze, just for a second too long, because 3 black SUVs turned the corner, fast and silent. Windows tinted, government license plates, doors opened. Men and women in black suits stepped out, badges flashing. And the first words they spoke were, Agent Coleman, are you hurt? Sirens stopped. Engines rumbled quiet. Every eye in the neighborhood locked onto the men and women stepping out of the black SUVs. Officer Langley's smug grin fell apart piece by piece. Porter slowly stepped away from TJ, as if the cuffs he had placed might burn his hands now. Agent Marcus Red, tall, bald, wearing dark sunglasses, stepped right up to Langley. You, Marcus said firmly, take those cuffs off my agent. Now. Langley blinked. Your agent. Marcus pointed at TJ like pointing at a king. Yes, Senior DHS Investigator Terrence Coleman. He outranks you. By a mile. The neighborhood gasped. Phones shook with excitement. Langley looked lost, like a kid caught stealing candy. It looked suspicious, he stuttered. He wouldn't show ID. Porter cut in. He tried, Bruce. You threw it. Marcus stepped between them. His voice cut sharp like a knife. You racially profiled a federal officer. You detained him unlawfully. You assaulted a homeowner. You are in very serious trouble. Langley opened his mouth, closed it, opened again. No words came out. Suddenly, he was the one no one believed. Porter quickly unlocked the cuffs from TJ's wrists, hands shaking. Agent Coleman, sir. I didn't know. TJ didn't answer. Not yet. He stood up slow, brushing dirt from his knees. He picked up the fallen package, gently placing the small toy truck back inside. The birthday present deserved respect, even if the officers didn't show him any. He looked over at the little girl, gave her the soft smile he always carried. Her tears stopped. She nodded, like she knew he was the hero of the street. Agent Red stepped toward the recording crowd. For those watching, record clearly, he said loud. This man, he pointed directly at Langley, has been placed on immediate unpaid suspension pending a full investigation for racial misconduct, abuse of authority, and wrongful detainment. Gasps everywhere. Langley's face turned red, then pale. Sweat dripped down his neck. For now, Red continued, Officer Langley will apologize. Here, to Agent Coleman, and to the homeowner he shoved. Langley looked ready to explode, rage shaking in his jaw. But the room, the street, the world, was no longer his. Everyone waited. Phones raised. A mirror of justice staring right at him. Finally, the words left his mouth like broken glass.
I'm sorry.
TJ didn't blink. He didn't nod. He just waited. Langley swallowed hard. I'm sorry for assuming and treating you unfairly. TJ stepped 1 inch forward. You didn't just assume, TJ said quietly. You decided who I was because of my skin. Langley's jaw clenched. His body tensed like he wanted to yell back. But Porter's hand on his shoulder kept him grounded in truth. Langley dropped his head. I'm sorry, he repeated. This time, quieter. More real. TJ looked at the neighbors, the children, the phones live streaming everything. His voice was calm. Not angry, just full of truth. I wear this brown uniform with pride. I serve people every day. I knock on doors with smiles, not fear. He turned toward Langley. You didn't see a worker. You didn't see a man. You saw a threat. Silence spread like wildfire. TJ continued. One day your training might save a life. But your bias. He shook his head. It could end one. Langley looked like those words hit harder than any punch. Ethan, the homeowner, stepped forward, rubbing the shoulder where Langley shoved him. Agent Coleman, Ethan said. Are you really, like, government?
Teot nodded.
Yes, sir. My real job is to evaluate police behavior. We look for officers who act right, and for those who don't. His eyes didn't leave Langley's face. You just made my report very easy, the crowd murmured. Bystanders who stayed silent earlier now felt shame rise in their throats. Ethan reached out his hand. Thank you for what you do. And I'm sorry he treated you like that. TJ shook his hand firmly. Porter took a deep breath, speaking loudly enough for everyone. I should have stopped this sooner. I'm going to own that. I will do better.
Teot nodded.
That mattered. It wasn't weakness to admit wrong. It was strength. Langley watched, realizing he had none of that strength today. The agents checked TJ over. A small scrape on his knee, dirt on his arms. But his dignity, still standing strong. The little girl who had cried earlier walked up shyly. Thank you for bringing my birthday present, she whispered.
Teot smiled warm.
You have a very special birthday, okay? She hugged his leg. A hug that healed more than words. Her mother whispered, I'm glad you were here. My kids just learned something important. TJ's chest rose with deep, quiet pride. Truth delivered. Not the package, but the lesson. TJ turned back one last time to Langley, who was being led to his patrol car, not as a hero, but as a warning. TJ spoke softly, but every person heard him. A badge doesn't make you better. It just gives you more to answer for. Langley looked away. TJ stepped into the UPS truck, engine humming. Not angry, not broken, just ready for the next delivery. Because justice, it travels door to door. If you enjoyed this story and want more powerful justice tales like it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments. Do you think Officer Langley deserved a harsher punishment? Should he be arrested next? Fired forever? We'd love to hear your thoughts.